Hello, Amazon Live. I am back for the third time today, and not because I've had 3 shows, but because I've had tech issues 3 times in a row. And I have put my tech skills to the test, and I believe that I have fixed my tech issues. Pray, because last night was no different. I have to tell you a funny story before I get started while we're waiting for more people to jump on. And that is, first of all, in case we haven't met, I'm Marcy McKenna, and welcome to Living Beautifully Over 50. This is my Amazon storefront. This is my Amazon Live channel, if you will. And I try to go live at least once a week, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times, but I have been out of town. So I'm so happy to be back here. And I'm especially happy to be doing this particular segment today because it marries 2 of my very favorite worlds into one show. And the first part of that is, of course, if you know me at all, it is I'm a beauty junkie. So there is a beauty element to this. So that makes me very happy. And then the second part of this show is about travel. So we're combining beauty and travel into travel beauty essentials. Now, these are the items, the tools, the tips, all of the things to get you looking and feeling vacation ready in a snap. I do love to travel, and even if it's just a weekend getaway, I live in Southern California, so for me, a weekend getaway, I love going to Palm Desert. That is my happy place, and I love sitting by the pool. I am a definite sun girl. Grew up at the beach, so that's always fun for me too. But year-round, I love traveling to anything sunny, whether it's going on a cruise, or maybe it's going to a tropical location, or anything resorty. I love it, love it, love it. So, but what I find is no matter what time of year it is, if I'm doing that, I even if I planned ahead, I feel like vacations come upon us like that. And how do you get yourself looking and feeling vacation ready quickly when you have one of these kind of trips coming up? Well, this just happened for me. Actually, I got back about 3 days ago from the Dominican Republic, and it was a trip that I didn't expect. It happened all of a sudden, and I had not spent any time preparing and getting ready for it. And the products, the tips that I'm going to give you guys, everything I'm going to show you today is truly what I used to get ready for my Dominican Republic trip very quickly. So I'm hoping that you find these tools as amazing and helpful as I did for that trip. I also have a cruise coming up. I'm so excited. I actually booked it today. I'm taking my son on a cruise, and hopefully he's not watching because it's a surprise. So don't tell him if you know him. Anyway, so that's another one where I just am going to have to be pulling it together very quickly. So these are items, many of these, I'm looking around, looking at them all. These are things that I've used over the years. There's one brand new one for me that is kind of my very favorite one of all, and it's one that I'm going to be using probably for the rest of my life. And so I'm going to start with that one because I'm pretty excited about it. So anyway, welcome everybody. If I have not met you before, I am Marcy McKenna, and this is Living Beautifully Over 50. And today's episode is called Travel Beauty Essentials for Getting Vacation Ready in a Snap. So without any further ado, I am going to start with a little tiny bit of housekeeping in case you're new to Amazon Live, which I find almost every time I do a show, there's new people. And I think that's so cool. I'm so glad so many people are learning about it because I happen to think it is a phenomenal way to shop. I love that you guys can ask questions. I love that when I'm shopping on it, I get to ask questions. But I love that I get to know all of you. That is so fun for me. And so I really encourage chatting. I love it. To me, that's the best part of it. So I'm going to get the chat started and just say hi. So if you've never been here, you'll see where the chat is. And I would love for you to say hello and maybe tell me where you're from. And if you have a vacation coming up, where you're going, because that's always fun to share. And as I'm going through things, if there's anything that you want to know something more about, please just chime in and let me know, and I will try to get to all of the questions. And if there's any of these products that maybe you've used before and you want to share an experience that either you like it or you don't like it, that's always helpful, I think, to everybody. So I really encourage that's what makes all of this so much fun. So without any further ado, I am going to go ahead. one more thing, they always get mad at me for not saying this. I would love for you to follow my storefront. Just click that follow button, and it depends if you're on your phone or on your PC where it is. But by following, you will always know whenever I go live with a new segment. And I really do have some fabulous ones coming up, because I just started hosting over on Pinterest TV as well. So I'm doing live shopping segments there. And last night I kicked off a 4-part series called Travel Style. So the first episode, again, was last night, and that was basically what you're going to be seeing here today. There's a little bit, I've added quite a few to this because the segments are shorter over there. But next week I'm doing how to travel in organized style. So I'm bringing you all my very favorite, very chic and stylish travel items that also keep you meticulously organized when you travel, so that it can be sort of a seamless, wonderful experience instead of that, very hassle, chaotic, hectic experience that we're all used to. And I love these items, and I love them for me. But as you're watching this next episode, when I do it, be thinking of gifting, because each one of them make the most phenomenal gifts. And they're also, even if it's not someone that travels, a lot of these are items that you can use at home to be just as organized as you are on the road. So that's going to be a fun one. Then the next one, so it's every week. The next one is all about summer travel chic. So it's the pieces that I've kind of curated personally, for looking resort wear chic in a snap. And because sometimes that's hard, like if you're not doing the beach kind of thing all the time, and then all of a sudden you're going on a trip and you want to look cute, and you want to look and feel resort wear chic, but it's hard to find those items quickly. And so I have scoured Amazon, and I'm so excited that Amazon is really diving into the fashion world, and they're doing a great job. I found so many great items, many of which I brought to the Dominican Republic, and they're all affordable. And the ones I'm going to show you are great to travel with, because they are, they don't wrinkle, they're easy to pack, all of that. So I've kind of really, it's a very thoughtful show where I really have put a lot of thought into each one of them to make packing for wherever you're going really easy. And then the last one is on traveling healthy. So in one sense, getting ready to go on your trip, we all want to look and feel our best. So what are those things that we can use to get looking and feeling our best? And then once we're there, how can we be healthy when we're on vacation? Because how many times do you go on vacation? It's so fun, and we're having the pina coladas, and we're just indulging in all the food there is to have, and we just feel crummy going home. And I do believe there's a way to have it all. I believe there's a way to have your pina coladas, and also with these items that I'm going to share with you, you can also stay healthy while you're on vacation, so that you're feeling good when you get home too. So that is my whole travel style series that I'm doing over on Pinterest TV, and I'm going to be bringing you many of those items here as well. So if you haven't already followed my storefront, please do, because you'll always know when those shows go live, and you can jump in if you want, and if you don't want to, I will forgive you, I promise. So anyway, without any further ado, let's jump into my favorite travel beauty essentials. I mentioned that one of them is brand new to me, and that's the one I'm going to start with. And I'm going to go ahead and go into the carousel. So if you are new here, the carousel, a lot of people say, what's a carousel? So that is what you're seeing with the products. So I'm going to be highlighting whatever product I'm talking about at that given time. And obviously you're welcome to click on it if you want to learn more. But at least you'll know where we are in this show. So I'm going to move ahead one product, because I'm going to show you the cute little case that this item comes in. Actually, it doesn't come in the case. This is a separate item that I bought for mine, because I do want to travel with this item. And so I wanted to find a great case for it. And even if I wasn't traveling with it, I really like this case just to keep it all organized. So what the heck is inside this case, you ask? When I think about getting vacation ready, one of the very first things that kind of stresses me out, and I'm guessing it might stress you out a little bit too, is hair removal. And obviously there are many ways to do that. Lots of ways to skin a cat. That sounds kind of weird when we're talking about hair removal. But maybe you're someone who likes to shave. Maybe that's your thing. And I'll be honest, that's been my thing for a long time. only because I see it as the quickest, easiest way to do it. But the truth is, I never really get that clean shave, that real baby soft skin when I shave, no matter how good those razors are. And as we all know, the hair comes back very, very quickly. And so that's kind of the downfall to that. And razors are getting more and more expensive, as is everything today, but kind of ridiculously expensive lately. So that's kind of been my go-to. Maybe you're someone who waxes, and waxing does give you that really smooth and kind of that radiant skin, because it's you are taking that top layer of skin off, so it looks great. The downfall, in my opinion, with waxing is that you have to have hair growth in order to be able to wax. So what they typically say is 7 to 8 days of hair growth. Now, little inside information. Many of you don't know that I'm Armenian. I am. And all you have to do is look at my legs when I haven't shaved for a week, and you will know I'm Armenian, because we can be on the hairy side. So if I have to not shave for 7 or 8 days in order to wax, that's a problem for me. So I don't like that aspect. Now, then, of course, there is the laser hair removal, which can be really expensive. And I have a couple friends that had issues when they did it, pretty severe issues. And so I've always been afraid to do that, and maybe haven't wanted to spend the money on it either. So what's become my go-to when it comes to hair removal, and I could kick myself that I didn't try this sooner, is the epilators. Now, I've heard of epilators for years, but I don't know, something about it it's just never attracted me. I just never thought to try it. And what I found when I did was, like I said, I could kick myself that I didn't do this sooner, because here's what I love. As I said, with waxing, you're waiting 7 days, right? When you use an epilator, especially the one that I'm showing you today, which I'm going to highlight right now, you only have to have about 2 days of hair growth in order to use it. So that's amazing. So for most of us, 2 days, you can barely see the hair. So you're not having to grow it out in order to use it. Now, the other thing I love about an epilator is that it does, much like waxing, it pulls the hair from the root. So it really gets down deep in there and pulls it out. This particular one is, it's by Braun. I'm going to show it to you now. It's so cute, right? I mean, I love that kind of frosty pink against the white. Really, really cute, but that's not why I love it so much. But that's kind of a bonus. And look, it even matches my case, and that was by accident. But this has 40 tweezers, high-end tweezers built into it. So it's really actually tweezing the hair follicle and getting it from the root and pulling it out. And so what they say is that with this particular epilator, you are going to be hair-free for up to 4 weeks. Now, that's a long time. That almost, it definitely rivals waxing, right? For me, when I just shave, it's, I have to shave every other day, basically. So the thought of something even close to 4 weeks was amazing. For me personally, I'm finding that it's about every 2.5 weeks, but still, to me, that's phenomenal. And what I also love about this guy is, as you're seeing, it's cordless, it's rechargeable. So I will typically plug mine in for about an hour, and then I'll get 50 minutes of run time with that 1 hour. They call it a 2-in-1. I actually think of it more as a 3-in-1, because you're getting that epilator element. You're also getting, it comes with interchangeable heads, so you can also use it as a regular shaver, and it is wet dry. So you can use this in the bath, in the shower. You could literally have this underwater. It's that safe for water, which is a great thing when you're using the epilator element of it, because having those pores opened up with the warm water really can make a difference. So I love that. This also, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on for you. As you're seeing, there's see that light right there? And that's actually much more powerful than you might think. And what's great about that light is that it allows you to see every little hair, so you never miss a beat. You won't miss anything. And then it's got the 2 different speeds, which there's the low and then there's the high. So that's nice. And then on top of that, something you can't actually see, but it does have built into it, is a what they call a pressure sensor. So it allows you, it kind of guides you to give just the right amount of pressure to pull the hair from the root. So it's pretty remarkable. Now, the question I always get right away, That's so funny, Sarah. Hello, Sarah, and welcome. And that is so funny. I was just going to say the question that I get right away is, does it hurt? And yes, it hurts a little bit. It does not, in my opinion, does not hurt as much as waxing, not nearly as much as waxing, actually. And what I have found is over time, you get used to it pretty quickly. And when you're using it in the water, I mean, for me, it doesn't hurt at all anymore. And I've watched some videos on other people that have used it just to see what other people think. And I've heard the same thing. It's almost like your body gets immune to that, or maybe it becomes easier to pull the hair out. I don't know. But the other thing that was kind of a welcome surprise for me, being that I am Armenian and that the hair can be really dark and on the thicker side, is that with the regrowth, I find is much lighter. Which I have always thought that was a myth when they say, oh, no, it grows. You hear the myth both ways. You hear it grows back, when you pull the hair out, it's going to grow back thicker and worse than ever. But then you also hear people say, oh, when you wax, it's not going to grow back nearly as, thick and coarse. With this, I find that to be very true. So I'm finding that I'm needing this less and less. You're very welcome, Sarah. And again, that's what I love about live shopping is when you have those questions, you guys ask away. I hope that I have all the knowledge to give you, but if I don't, I will find it. That's my commitment to you guys. So anyway, this is the Braun Silk Ethel 9. Now you're seeing the price. You're seeing it's almost all 5-star reviews, over 4,000 5-star reviews, and you're seeing the price point. So it's a little on the pricier side. Can you find an epilator for $30 or something like that? Absolutely. But I really did a lot of research before I decided to finally try an epilator. So I wanted to get one that was really good. And I am so sold on this that I'm not even going to try any other ones because I can't imagine needing to spend more because this does the job so well for me. And I wouldn't want to spend less and chance that. This also, I really love the pivoting head because it really hugs every contour. And as you know, when we're doing our bikini line, we're doing under the arms. If you don't have that, you're not going to get that really close shave. And so I talked about how one of the things I love about waxing is the legs look so like radiant and smooth. I mean, you can visually see it. I find the same with the epilator. And it must be because it's being pulled at such, a deep level. And I've been shaving so long. So I honestly cannot believe I've been shaving so long. I really can't. So this is my new go-to. I love this as a gift too, because I think, what female doesn't deal with hair removal in some way, shape, or form. And so if you have someone that struggles with that at all, what a great gift. And it's a great travel item. My daughter is turning 16. She's getting ready to go to Hawaii. And so, and it's her birthday coming up. So I am going to get her one of these. And because it lasts so long before you have to regrow it, you do it one time if you're going on a 2-week trip and you are good to go. So that's it. And it comes, like I said, it comes with interchangeable heads, comes with the charge cord. It does not come with the case, but you're seeing the case here in the carousel in case you wanted to get that. You don't need to. I will say it does come with a little pouch. So if you didn't want to get the case, it just comes with a little, basic white pouch that you can keep it in. So I'm super excited about that one, as you can tell. Because it has solved such a problem for me that I've been dealing with every day for basically my whole life. So I'm going to move on now. Oh, I did not put these in order, so you're going to have to bear with me here. Because the next one is such a fun one for me. I love it so much. And when I think about getting vacation ready, I could never do a segment like this without talking about this item. And this is another one, as you're seeing it, be thinking about gifting and not just gifting for girls. In fact, I gave one to my brother for Christmas. I gift this to guys all the time. And it's super fun to gift and to get. And it's also so useful and does such an amazing job. So when I think about going on vacation, especially in the summertime or springtime, I get excited to put on my sandals, my flip-flops, my wedge heels, my just open toe anything. But yet I'm afraid to do it because my feet always look so crummy after the winter and I get those dry, cracked heels and all of that. Well, I actually discovered, and maybe you already have, and if you have, I would love to hear about it. I discovered a product years ago, probably 5 years ago. And actually, the original was created in 1997. So it's been around for quite a while. And it is called Baby Foot. Now, they have sold about 22 million of these to date, was the last I heard. And for good reason. So what it is, it's basically an all natural exfoliating peel for your feet. And so when you want your feet to look amazing, maybe you have a special occasion coming up, maybe you're going on a cruise or to some fancy resort somewhere or tropical getaway, or even just you want your feet to look great for summer. You just want to wear sandals. This is your new best friend. And as I said, it's really fun too. And so what do I mean by that? Well, it comes in this foil pouch here. And when you open it up inside, you will see that it comes with 2 booties. Okay, they look like this. I'm just showing you one of them. And inside here is a formulation that is made of 16 different botanical extracts. And it smells amazing. This one is lavender, which is my favorite. They have one that's formulated for guys. I forget what the smell is, but so whether you're getting it for a guy or a girl, you can choose either one. But what you're going to do, see, I'm going to add some of my own little tips into here, because I've used it many times. And before I get into my tips, I'm just going to say this is so disgusting and gross on one hand, but then on the other hand, there's like something so amazing and delightful about it. And you'll know what I mean in just a second. So I like to soak my feet in warm water for about 30 minutes before I use it. And then you want to commit to about, they say 1 hour, depending on how dry and cracked your feet are. I like to use it sometimes for up to 3 hours. So I'll soak it for 30 minutes and then I'll put these on and just plan on watching TV or reading a book or doing some work that I need to get done on the computer or whatever. And you put your feet in here, and then if it's going to be a while, you might want to put a pair of socks on because they can be kind of slippery because it's pretty slick. So if you're walking around the house, put a pair of socks on over it, just so you get a little grip. Keep it on, and then after whatever time, an hour to 3 hours, then you're just going to wash it off. And at first, you're going to think, well, that didn't work, because you're not going to see a difference at all. Your feet might feel a little smoother just because they've been soaking in this, and you soaked it in warm water before. But it's not going to be for about 5 to 7 days that Baby Foot is going to start working. And when the first time I used it, I actually completely forgot about it. I forgot that I had even used it because it didn't work. I just kind of wrote it off in my mind. And then lo and behold, probably 6 days for me later, my feet started sloughing and peeling, and it was so disgusting, like major peels. But then I kind of became obsessed with peeling it off, which whether you're supposed to do that or not, I don't know, but I do. And so they just start sloughing and peeling for a few days. And so it's during that time, it's kind of gross. So you want to time it. If you're going on a vacation in 2 weeks, great timing. That's what I would do. I would plan out about 2 weeks. And then once that sloughing has occurred, I am telling you, your feet are going to be the softest, smoothest they have been since you started walking. They call it baby foot because your feet will look like a baby's foot, and they will feel like a baby's foot. And that looks so amazing. And I didn't know how amazing it could look until I did it. And so I'm kind of hooked. I do it, probably in a given year, I'll do it for 4 times, I would say. Oh, good. Kelly came back. Kelly was on earlier when we had some tech issues, and she let me know that she wasn't hearing a darn thing that I was saying. So I owe you one, Kelly. Thank you. I will tell you that last night when I did the launch of my Pinterest TV series, oh my gosh, we had some major tech issues. It was not my fault this time, I will say that. But I did not realize that for almost 10 minutes, I was live without knowing I was live. And there were some frantic things going on during those 10 minutes. I'm not sure whether I cussed or didn't cuss. I may have cussed. I don't know. But it was pretty funny when I watched it back, and I believe they've taken it down because it was that bad. And I think they might be editing it and then it'll go back up. But you know what? Such is life when it comes to live shopping, right? That's the fun of live shopping. So anyway, that was a little tangent there. But baby foot, guys, for summer, it's just an essential. Like, to me, it means summer's coming. We do our baby foot exfoliating foot mask, and our feet are good to go through the summer. And you will be proud, actually, to put your sandals on and show those feet off. And on that same note, I'm going to move to my new favorite. Every summer, I like to, or not every summer, all the time, I love trying out new nail polishes. And my go-to this summer that I'm so excited about, I was actually at a pool and I saw a couple chaise lounges down that had this color on, and I loved it so much I had to ask her what it was. And she told me, and I thought the name was so cute. That's not why I bought it, but I did think the name was so cute. It's by Essie, which I'm sure everybody knows Essie. And it's called Bikini So Teeny. Pretty cute, right? And I just love this. It's sort of like a chambray color. And I've never been that girl that wears blue polish. I'm just not. I've always been, kind of more traditional. But for me in summer, it's kind of a fun time to take a little bit of a risk and to do something a little more fun and, a little bit more festive. And so this is the one I'm choosing for this summer. And I love it so much. And against tan skin, it looks so good. So love, love, love. I had to show you guys that. And then I'm going to show you, this is kind of this is year round for me. This is one of my very favorite things on the planet. And I threw this in last minute because I use it all year round for anything and everything. And when I discovered it, inside of the little container that you're seeing there, that I'll show you right here, that made me so happy, because if you're like me, if you haven't already discovered the wonders of coconut oil, my gosh, you have to try it. And I'd be curious if anyone would chime in the chat to let me know if they already use coconut oil, what they use it for. Because I have found it to be kind of just the wonder, whatever you call it, the wonder oil, I guess you would say. But so especially going into summer when we're talking about our feet, I put this on the cuticles around my toenails, and it just moisturizes it and makes it look so much better. And I love that it comes in this little pot like this. This is really mine, so you're seeing that I've been using it. But I'll just take a little bit. I always keep it in my purse, and I'll put it on my cuticles. I'll put it on my elbows, like anywhere I have dry spots. And then at night, I take this and it's my under eye. It's so hydrating and so moisturizing. And then even sometimes I'll take kind of a lot of it and I'll put it and do sort of a hair treatment with it. My dog was having skin issues and I got her some. I used a bottle for her, but we were using antibiotics. We were using topical lotions. We were using shampoos. We were spending so much money trying to solve my dog's skin issues. And I finally said, you know what? I'm going to go not holistic, all natural route. I'm going to try that. And so I did some research and I kept hearing coconut oil, coconut oil, coconut oil. And I was not surprised because I'm such a believer in it for anything and everything. So I decided to try that. And lo and behold, the thing that worked best on her skin, that we saw kind of an immediate turnaround, was coconut oil. I mean, who would have thought, after all this money and all these vet visits and all of this, coconut oil. So, and now I put it on her little elbows. She's 11. She's a black lab, Coco. Oh, Coco, coconut oil. I didn't think about that. So anyway, I swear by coconut oil, and I had never seen it come like this. I love this for travel. I love having this in my purse. I actually have one in my car. I just cannot say enough great things about coconut oil, and I'm guessing many of you already are using it. Kelly says, wow, I'm guessing, Kelly, because we have a little delay, that you're referring to the coconut oil for your pet. Yeah. Wow. I know. I couldn't believe it. But then I kind of once it started working so well, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Of course. So anyway. Oh, you know what else I use this for? Little secret. Every once in a while, I have an issue. I'm curious if anyone else does, but my eyebrows, I'll get little patches where the hair stops growing or falls out or something. And I never know why, just out of nowhere. And my daughter was the one that said, Mom, you have to put coconut oil on them. And so every night after she said that, I started rubbing coconut oil on. And sure enough, it came back so quickly. But also I'm finding when I'm doing that, they're coming back. They're growing back thicker than they did before, which I love. I love eyebrows. And then she swears by coconut oil for her eyelashes. I don't know about that, but she thinks they make them softer and all of that. I don't know why we need soft eyelashes, but she seems to think we do. And probably before you know it, I will be conditioning my eyelashes with coconut oil. I'll let you know on that. Let's see. Sarah said she's used it for hair as body lotion for um, any dry spots. Yes. Totally agree. And sometimes there's areas that you wouldn't even think of. I mean, talk about with the cracked heels. That's why I wanted to show you this when we're talking about feet. So good on the feet, just in general. My hands, all over my hands. I mean, my knuckles, everything gets dry. And especially once I got over 50, I noticed a big difference in how dry my skin was. So, never knew for eyebrows. Yeah, I didn't either until she said that. And then the other thing is she swears by, she thinks castor oil is even better. And I did try it. It's pretty thick and goopy for me. So I went back to my staple, coconut oil. So anyway, the fact that this is so affordable and you're getting a pack of 2 for the price that you're seeing there in the carousel is pretty great, and it lasts a long time. So this to me is a staple that everybody should have. Boy, girl, young, old, dog, human, cat. I don't know about cats, but I'm sure it's fine for cats too. Okay, and I showed you the Essie polish you're seeing there. We looked at the baby foot peel, which I love, love, love. Now let's move on to getting our bodies vacation ready. Because if we are going to be putting on a bikini, or maybe you're a one-piece girl, which guess what? I'm officially a one-piece girl. I think it was last summer that I made the transition, and I love wearing one pieces so much. I am hooked. I'm done. I'm not even looking at 2 pieces anymore. So, but either way, whether you're a one-piecer or a 2-piecer, we want our skin to look amazing when we're by the pool, right? And I am a self-tanner girl. I had a friend pass away very young from skin cancer, and that was very tragic and sad, and it scared me a lot. And so I do wear a lot of sunscreen. I do go in the sun a lot, but I wear my hats, I wear my sunscreen. And so, but I do love the sun-kissed glow. I love it year round. So I do self-tan all the time. Now, if I'm getting ready for a vacation, I will do it twice a day just to get that real sunny look on quickly. But as far as year-round maintenance, I do it probably once every 2 to 3 days just to have a little bit of color. I feel healthier. I feel like I look healthier when I have a little bit of that sun-kissed glow. So I am a self-tanner, and I'm going to get into what my favorite self-tanner is. And believe me, I have tried them all. The really expensive ones, the drugstore brands. You would be hard-pressed to show me one that I haven't tried. And I definitely have a favorite. No one can convince me that there's a better one than the one I'm going to show you guys. And then how to get that perfect sun-kissed glow if you are going to use a self-tanner, because there are a lot of tips and tricks to getting it just right, to making sure that it doesn't look orange, it doesn't look streaky, there's not like blotchy patches, just getting it really even and looking fabulous. And the very first part of that is exfoliating. And if you're someone like me who is over 50 and our skin first of all, our cellular turnover slows down dramatically after 50, which I didn't know, but I quickly learned because I was wondering why my skin was kind of looking so dull, and it was so dry, so dehydrated. And the dullness comes because the cellular turnover slows so much that the dead skin builds up, and that's what gives us that sort of dull look. So exfoliating becomes so important as we age, both on our face and on our body. And there was a product that I was so head over heels in love with when I was in high school. I thought it was the second coming. And it was an infomercial product. I can't remember which infomercial company did it way back when, but it was called Spin Spa at the time. And what it was an electric exfoliator, basically, that you could use in the shower. And somewhere along the line, mine broke and they went out of business or something. They stopped selling it. And I've been so sad about it ever since. And then recently I saw it again and I was so happy. And it was brought back by a company called Flawless Beauty. And it's much prettier than it was when I was in high school. So I was happy about that. And so here it is. And it's called the Cleanse Spa. So this made me so happy, first of all, just to see it. But I love that it's white with a little bit of blush. The one I had in high school was the most awful blue and white and just so not cute. But I didn't know any difference, so I thought it was cute at the time. So I love the color. I mean, I love all of it. And what it is essentially is it's wet dry, so you can use this in the shower. So I have comes with a hook. I have mine hanging in my shower, and it's battery operated, and it's got 2 speeds. So this is the on button, and you're seeing it rotating there. That's the slow, and then it gets faster. And so this to me is the best exfoliator. First of all, it feels so good, but it works so well. And the way it's designed with the long handle, it's so nice because I can actually exfoliate my back. I can do the backs of my legs down to my feet without having to crouch down when I'm in the shower. So it is so great. This is the loofah, and that's what I use when I'm going to self-tan, because I really want to get, really slough off all that dead skin. Because think of it like, you really want to create sort of a blank canvas for whatever self-tanner that you're putting on. And you want it to go on so smooth. And if you have any of those rough spots, any, dead cell buildup, that's where you're going to get the problem with self-tanner. So the idea is to really get in there with a good exfoliator before you self-tan. So that's what I use for that. But it does come with 2 other heads that I wanted to show you. This is sort of the bath poof you're seeing there, and it's really easy to interchange the heads. Say that, and then pops on there, and then again, see that? And we're just, and so my mom, who is 81 now, and, she's not so stable anymore in the shower, and so I worry about that. And I love that with this, she doesn't have to crouch down. I mean, she can reach all the way down her calf. It gives her that extra extension when she's trying to bathe. So I think this is great for that, which is a whole nother story. But so it comes with the poof, it comes with the exfoliator, and then it comes with the scrub brush, which I really like also. I actually will, it's like a Clarisonic, I think of it that way. I use this for my face and neck and décolletage, and it's got some silicone heads there. So you are getting kind of a good scrub out of this. So I think of this as sort of a scrub, this as an exfoliator, and this is just a, lather up cleansing kind of a thing. So another great gift. I mean, who wouldn't want to have great, exfoliated skin from head to toe? So this is a keeper for me. I was so happy they brought it back, and I talk about it all the time. So if you've been on here, you're probably really tired of hearing me talk about it, but I was worried there'd be someone new who didn't know about it. So I had to bring it up. Okay, so we're going to move on. Now our skin is exfoliated. It's looking baby soft. It's feeling baby soft. We are ready to self-tan. So I mentioned that I was going to show you my very favorite self-tanner, and that I have tried them all. There's those ones that you hear that the celebrities use, and they're really expensive, and, all the way down to really cheap drugstore brands. And I come back to this every time. There's nothing better. And I'll veer away from it sometimes because I just have to try new things. But this is Jergens, and it is Natural Glow Instant Sun. So I use the deep bronze. This is a mousse, so it's like a foaming mousse. So it feels really good, and it gets really, lathers up great. I use the deep bronze. At first I thought, that's going to be too dark, but it's really not. I mean, it just depends on what you like. And as I mentioned, I will use it when I'm just doing maintenance, throughout the year, probably once every 2 to 3 days. But if I'm gearing up for a trip, I'll use it twice a day, morning and night. And here's why I love this. Number 1, the color. Because self-tanners can have an orange tinge to them. We've all seen people with that orange look, and it's not pretty. And so finding one that has that great color to it, this one is such a natural look. The other thing is it doesn't have a smell. It's almost all self-tanners have some kind of a scent to them. So I like that I can actually put this on when I'm going out to lunch or when I'm going to be around people and not have to think that they're going to smell the self-tanner on me. So, and not to mention, I don't like the smell of the self-tanner. I don't want to be around myself if I have that on, let alone somebody else being around me. And if you wait a few minutes before you get into, I have white sheets, which I love, those crisp white sheets, and other self-tanners would ruin those and would transfer onto those. And of course, I wouldn't put this on and jump right into bed, but if I wait about 5 minutes, then I don't have to worry about this transferring onto my sheets. So that's another great thing. And then of course, in the summertime, we're wearing white clothes. So if we put this on, we don't want to have to worry that it's going to get all over our white clothes. So that's super important as well. And then, of course, being that it's a drugstore brand, I love how affordable it is. And then buying it on Amazon, at first, I was always worried about, am I getting the real thing? Or is it going to be one of those counterfeit products? And Amazon has done a great job of solving that by giving brands their own storefront of sorts. So if you want to know that you're getting the real thing, you always want to go to the brand storefront to buy it from. Now, of course, in my storefront and the one that you're seeing here in the carousel, this is the real thing. This is the one that you find in their storefront. I love buying this from Amazon because, number one, it's less expensive than buying it at the pharmacies. But I also love how quickly it comes. I can buy the 2-packs. It's just so much easier on Amazon. So once I knew that I was getting the real thing, I completely switched over to getting it on Amazon. So if you haven't tried it, and if you do like a self-tanner, this is going to be your go-to. I have no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But that's the other great thing about Amazon is if you don't like it for whatever reason, if it's not the right color for you, try it, use it, send it back. It's that easy. That's the beauty of Amazon for sure. So I love that. Now, a couple other tips when you're applying your self-tanner. As good as the self-tanner can be, it really does come down to how it's applied and what that application is like. Some people do it just with their bare hands, and I get that because I used to do that, but I did not like what it did to my bare hands. I'd get that orange look on my bare hands and in between my fingers. And but the good part about doing it with your bare hands is you know that all the product is really getting on your body, where they have those self-tanning mitts that I was finding when I was using them that the tan wasn't as good because I think the mitt was soaking up the tanner. So I discovered a new tanning mitt that I'm over the moon about. And I've talked about it a few times. So if you are not new here, you've probably heard me talk about it. And it's by a female inventor. I'm also a female inventor. So I'm always happy when I find something that a female created. And it's called My Supreme Tan. It comes in this little kit, this little cute bag. And it's a 3-piece kit. And I'm going to start by showing you the mitt. So when I first used it, what I fell in love with immediately, just right when I slipped it on, was how much there's like a cushion to it. My hand kind of hugs in here, and it gives me so much control. Where any other mitt I've ever tried has been sort of big, baggy mitt that moves around, and I just feel like it's created by a man with a big giant hand or something. But this fits really nicely, and I feel like I have complete control when I'm putting it on. It's ultra soft, and she utilizes a technology that she evidently has patented. It's a wicking technology that makes sure that whatever self-tanner you're putting on does not soak into the mitt. So you're getting that full coverage when you're using this particular mitt. So that's super key because we spend money on the product. You want to know the product's going on your body and not on the mitt. Now, what else? It's got what they call leak lock technology, so there's not going to be any leaking through into your hands. It's wonderful. Now, I use this for self-tanner, but I also use it for another one of my very favorite products, for my Sally Hansen airbrush legs, which is in the carousel. There it is right there. This, girls, whether you self-tan or don't self-tan, or boys, whoever, oh my gosh. Could not live without this. I would die if this got discontinued. I mean it. It's called Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs, but I use it all over my body. It is that product. It's basically makeup for your body, but it is water resistant. It doesn't transfer. It gives you that air. I don't have it on right now, so I don't look as airbrushed as I'd like to look, but it does give you that airbrushed, flawless skin. It's amazing. So I always think of red carpet when women are walking down the red carpet and their décolletage and their arms, and they just look so stunning. And I just go, gosh, why don't I look like that? Well, I have to believe that this is one of their secret weapons because it does give you, it camouflages everything. It, whether you have stretch marks or whether you have, those capillary varicose veins, and whatever it is, it's buildable coverage. So if you need a lot of coverage for certain areas, you can definitely put more and more on until you get what you need. I really like the medium. The two most popular colors are medium and tan. Now, I like the medium better because it doesn't have a shimmer to it, And I do like shimmer for some occasions, but if I'm going to the beach or the pool or something like that, and I just want to put a little on my legs to even out the look of them, the look of my skin, I don't want it to have a shimmer because then it looks like I have a makeup on my legs. So when I use the medium, it doesn't look like I have anything on, but it looks like I have flawless airbrushed skin. So it's our little secret that I don't. So don't tell anybody. But this is what I use. I love it, love it. I would never vacation without it. I would never do anything without it, honestly. But when I found this mitt and I started using it, this is just like a match made in heaven because that it makes this go on even smoother, softer. You know, you won't miss anything and it just blends perfectly. So it's a really great match. Now, in your kit, you're going to be getting this guy. You're going to get 2 more. Now, here's a little, I call it my finger puppet. I can fit 2 fingers in here. And I believe she designed this for sort of those little kind of curved areas, which right here can be a problem for people, the bikini line area. So it's kind of nice to be able to get into those smaller areas with this. And then there's a true finger puppet that's designed for 1 finger right here. And I don't necessarily use this for tanner, but what I do use it for is highlighter. I love to have sort of that dewy glow. And so I'll put a little highlighter on here or on here, and then I'll just blend it. And I'll do it on my brow bone. Sometimes I'll put a little right here down the nose. But it's like the perfect blending tool for a highlighter. Really, you could use it for anything, but I use it for my highlighter. These are washable. It's just a great kit that you can use for so many different things, and it makes a huge difference in the way that your self-tan or body makeup, whatever it is you're using, it makes a big difference in what the finished product, what your finished body looks like. So I highly recommend this. And the price point is kind of ridiculous. In fact, I told her recently that I think she needs to up the price because you get that kit, 3 different mitts, and a cute little bag for $10. I mean, that's pretty great. And it's got, I think it has all 5-star reviews. So people are loving this. So if you're getting any kind of self-tanner, without a doubt, you got to throw that in. Okay, I missed a couple chats. Let's see. Busy. Hello. You haven't seen me in so long. I know. You jumped on late, but I just got back from the Dominican Republic and I had some other little personal things going on that took me away from doing my Amazon Live stuff. And I've been hosting over on Pinterest TV. So I hope you join me there too. And I'm so happy to be back. And so that's, part of what's fun about the show for me is because I did just get back from the Dominican Republic. All these things I'm showing you are products and tools and tips and things that I used for that trip. And I have another trip coming up in about 17 days, I think. And so I'll continue using these as I get ready for that trip too. So I'm so happy you're here, Busy. And then Kelly says, I picked them up last time. I haven't used them yet, though. Okay, I'm sure you're referring to the mitts. So, Kelly, you have to tell me when you use them, if you notice a difference, if you love them, if you hate them. I want it all. So definitely let me know. Okay, any other questions so far? I'm covering kind of a lot, I think. So let me know, you guys. I know, fun trips. Yes, I've been very lucky with these fun vacations, and both of them have been sort of last minute. Definitely not things that I had planned for much time at all leading up to it. So that's kind of what prompted me to think, how about doing a segment on summer travel beauty essentials? Because we all want to get looking bikini ready quickly when we know we're going on a trip. So that's what this is all about. Okay, so let's keep going. What was I going to show you next? Because I didn't do a good job putting my carousel in order today. I think I know what I want to show you next, so I'm going to go to that. So guys, this one is my little beauty splurge. And it's not that expensive, but when I think of lotion, I don't think of spending almost $50. It's just not, that just doesn't go together for me. Until I discovered this product, and I used to work with a company called Joyous, and when they were founded, it was really all about beauty products and the best of the best beauty products. And they had celebrity makeup artists on, they had celebrities on, and they would talk about why this is their favorite of whatever it is, whether it was nail polish or foundation or lotion or whatever it was. And they would do an editorial video on their favorite products. And that's when I discovered this brand called Pretty Potion. and you'll see the way it is spelled. It's P-R-T-T-Y. I'm trying to get the light on it right. And then P-E-A-U-S-H-U-N. I'm so curious if anyone has heard of this or tried it. And I know we have a delay, so while I wait for that, I'm going to answer Sarah's question. Sarah just said, does the mitt work on both sides? Sorry, I can't go back to... Don't worry about grammar. Believe me, I'm the queen of bad grammar when it comes to texting and messaging. So good question. No. So it really is one-sided. But I'm so glad you asked that question because there's a reason for that. So inside, it is, I don't know if you can tell there's a cushion to it that I was referring to that allows you to get that grip. And I like that, and you're seeing there's sort of a plastic to it. So for me, if that same cushiony plastic was all the way around, my hand might get sweaty in there. But because this is breathable on this side, and this is where you've got that cushion, that leak lock technology on this side, your hand doesn't get sweaty inside. So you're really only using the one side. And that's true for the other two mitts as well. Okay, so I hope that answered that, Sarah. And if not, you let me know. But back to Pretty Potion. So what I discovered, so it's actually called a skin tightening lotion. And I thought, come on, can a lotion really tighten my skin? But when I watched this video that they were filming, I was actually there for the filming, and I watched it go on to these models' legs and onto the décolletage and onto the arms. I'm sitting back watching this, and I am, before my eyes, actually witnessing what they say it does. And first of all, it's all natural, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, which I didn't know lotion could be both of those things, but evidently it can. And this is. But it has a lifting, firming effect. But the key, I think, is that it has these light reflecting particles to it that are very tiny. So it doesn't look like this, major shimmery thing going on that looks fake. But those light reflecting particles, let me show you this is, dark, I think it's called. Or deep. I always forget the name of it. I have two. I use the dark and I use the plain. The plain is just sheer. But this one has it says dark, but it actually is not that dark. It has a little color to it when it comes out, which you'll see. And this lasts a long time, but so you can see it right there. And when I rub it in, I mean, feels so luxurious, and it's very, what's the word I would use for this? It's like a very sheer, and now you're seeing it look very oily, but as I rub it in, it just gives you like a little bit of a sheen and a glow. And if you do the dark, which I just did, you'll get that, a little bit of a sun-kissed glow to it. So putting this on as sort of your last step because it is a little more expensive, I use it kind of for special occasions, or, if I'm going to a wedding or an outdoor event or something, it just makes everything glow, and it does kind of, it really shows the contours, which makes you look a little more sculpted and a little more lean. So you can imagine on your legs, it just the light hits it just right, going up the front of your calves. I guess those aren't calves. What's the front? Your shin. That's the word I was looking for. When I put it on my feet. So if you're wearing sandals, pretty sandals, and you put this on your feet, oh my gosh, what a difference. Truly, what a difference. So this is a celebrity favorite for sure. I can't think of many celebrities who don't use it. So this is another one of those sort of red carpet secret weapons. Everyone from Cate Blanchett to J-Lo to Selena Gomez to, Gwyneth Paltrow, the list goes on and on. So when you see them and they look just so glowing and so perfect, I gotta think they're wearing this because it does that. And so what I do, I get the big one. They have a travel size also. I get the big one, and then I use do I have one with me here? I get the little containers, and I just put a little bit in there for my trip, and then I, use it. And a little bit goes a long way, definitely. So it makes your hands look prettier, everything, especially the décolletage. To me, that's the best part. So it is a little bit of splurge. I have both. You're seeing both the plain and the dark. And so with the dark, you are going to get a little bit of a shimmer, but it's definitely subtle. It's definitely not overboard. To me, it looks just right, especially in the summer months when we're wanting to have kind of a pretty glow and, kind of come from within glow. Got it. Thank you. I can, let's see. I see it can be used. Use both. Either hand, though. Oh, yes. Either hand. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, I think I misunderstood that. I'm sorry, Sarah. Yes. Okay. So moving on, I was going to throw these last ones in. This is just kind of a bonus because so everything that you have seen from my body exfoliator to my foot exfoliating mask to, what did we start with? The epilator, which is just my new go-to hair removal system. I can't believe I didn't know about it sooner. Maybe a lot of you guys have, but oh my gosh, it's awesome. And really, for me, I can use this and then not think about shaving for 2.5 weeks, but other people say 4 weeks. So it's pretty great. What else did we look at? My new favorite, toenail polish. I don't think I'd put this on my fingernails. It looks great on other people, but I wouldn't love that on my own nails, but I do love it on my toes. So that's that. And we looked at the exfoliating or the tanning mitt. Lots of great stuff. And of course my go-to coconut oil, which I use for everything. But I did want to throw in, I was thinking about, because when I went to the Dominican Republic and I was on the airplane, I love my sort of carry-on beauty bag. And I bring a little pouch of just fun things. I like to think of my time on an airplane as kind of me time and like pamper time. And that's when I get to, do all those things that I don't seem to have time to do when I'm at home with my 3 kids and all of that. So here's when I said that I put a little bit of my Pretty Potion in a little pot. So this is what I put it in. And so I'll take a trip. So I'll just dispense this into here. And so this goes with me. So I'm not bringing the big pouch with it. So in my little bag, I just want to show you a few things that I love and wouldn't travel without, quite frankly. First of all, my hydrating mist. I love this so much, and it is really affordable. Let me find it especially when I'm traveling. When I'm on the airplane, I would say I retain water. What's the word? I get puffy when I'm in the sky and I just feel yucky. And so when I take this out and I just spritz my face, it's so cooling, but it's also so hydrating. And this particular one is hyaluronic acid, rose water, and coconut water. It has such a great scent to it, but it's very light, so it's not going to offend anyone around you. But if the person sitting next to me is not my family member, then I'll spritz it in my hand like that. And I'll just rub it and then press it into my skin. And it just feels so cooling and so nice. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with the ingredient hyaluronic acid, but I'm going to go to another product that I have in here that also has hyaluronic acid. And this is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. So this is my little travel size that I bring with me. I'm so in love with this. It is very cooling, but I want to talk to you about hyaluronic acid, especially if you're someone that is, 40 or older. I'm 52, and as we age, obviously our skin changes. And to me, the magic ingredient that it was such a buzzword in my mind when I was younger, and I thought, does that ingredient really do anything? And then as I got older and I was seeing all the differences in my skin, I wanted to understand all of these ingredients and what they actually do. And what I learned about hyaluronic acid and why it's such a big thing for as we age, is that what it is, it's really a moisture binding ingredient. So hyaluronic acid can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. So the key to using hyaluronic acid effectively, so first of all, when you use it, what you're going to find is that your skin gets plumped, and when it plumped in a good way. So we're getting those fine lines, we're getting dehydrated, so you're really seeing the lines and the pores. And when you use hyaluronic acid, if it's used correctly, you're going to see a major difference in your fine lines. Major. For me, it was kind of night and day when I started using it. But what you need to know is that when you think of it as a moisture binding ingredient, you've got to think of the fact that you need moisture for it to bind. So I don't use hyaluronic acid without using some kind of moisture first. So to me, like, these two are a little match made in heaven because I can spray and kind of moisturize my face, just a light mist. And then I'll take my Hydro Boost, which you can see what that looks like there. And it just feels so cooling. And I'll put this on my face, and it really does sort of lock in that moisture and make such a difference, especially when you're on an airplane and you're feeling so dehydrated. It's so nice. But I do use this morning and night And I use it with I have a couple different hydrating mists that I like to use, but you can even just use a bottle with water in it. But you definitely need to use some kind of moisture. Otherwise, some people have said, well, I've tried hyaluronic acid, but my skin just ended up being drier. And that's true. If you're not using moisture because it's trying to bind something and there's nothing there for it to bind. So it is a great ingredient for anyone who's aging and worrying about, skin issues. But even if you're not aging and you're on an airplane, these are amazing. So I love those. What else is in my little bag of tricks? Well, this is just my moisturizer, which I love, which I don't have in there, but that's my IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. And I use this both under my eyes and on my face. I really love that. And then many of you guys know that I'm such a fan of, especially when I'm on an airplane, I keep this in my purse, so I have it with me wherever I am. But this little guy is by a woman who maybe, if you were on one of my Pinterest TV episodes, which I think it was last week's episode, I had Jenny Patankin on, and she is the creator of a whole line of amazing products. But this little guy is one of my favorites. It's a little mini facial roller, and I'm sure many of you know of facial rollers. And it's everything she does is so high quality. And I mean, look at that. Just the rose gold is stunning. This is white. It also comes in blush, which is a rose quartz. And I have this on the plane with me. And when I'm feeling dehydrated and when I'm feeling puffy and just feeling bleh. So either mid-flight or maybe I'm getting ready to land and I want to feel refreshed, I will ask the flight attendant for a little cup of ice or cold water, and I will put it and just have it sit in there and get nice and cool. And then what I do is I roll it under my eyes, and it really does depuff. I mean, you feel it depuffing, but even if it didn't depuff, just how good it feels on your skin is amazing. And I'll even do it on top of my eyelids. And maybe I actually had a mother-in-law pass away a couple weeks ago. And so I had lots of puffy eyes from crying. And so this was my little buddy, because when I would wake up with my puffy eyes, I would put this in the freezer for a little bit, and then I would just run it on my eyes. And it not only felt so good, but it really did kind of decrease the puffing. And then I'll use it all over my whole face. And the idea is you're always wanting to go up, and unless you're doing your neck, which I do love doing this on my neck. So we have our lymph nodes here, and what we want to do here is we want our lymph nodes to drain, right? We want to get the toxins out. And so that's the only place that you do want to go down, because first of all, you're signaling lymph node here to kind of initiate that drainage, that lymphatic drainage. And then, oh my gosh, does it feel so good. So on an airplane, having that being able to kind of pamper yourself, but I use it all the time, but I use it in the car when I'm at a stoplight. People look at me going, what the heck is she doing? Anyway, so I love this for just when I'm on the plane, just how good it makes me feel, especially when I want to look and feel refreshed when I'm landing. So I do put it in my little cup, and it's ready to go. And I love the little pouch that it comes in. It's sort of a crock embossed, and it's got the rose gold zipper to go with it. Everything she does always matches so cute. So that's that. Now, when you're using a facial roller or gua sha, lots of you guys know I love my gua sha tool, using some kind of an oil with it is always recommended. So kind of a slip agent is what they call it, so that you're not tugging on the skin. But if I've done my hyaluronic acid and my hydration, I probably don't need it at that point. But my favorite oil when I am traveling is my everyday oil. I love this for everything. I love it home and travel, but this is the guy that I keep inside my little bag on the airplane, and I will rub this into my cuticles. I will use it with this if I'm needing that extra hydration. People use everyday oil to cleanse their face. They use it for their hair to do, to kind of get rid of the split ends. It's all natural, and the scent, you feel like you're at a 5-star spa. When I put this in my hand, oh my gosh, it smells so good and so fresh and so amazing. So it's kind of my little go-to oil. So definitely when I'm using my gua sha tool or doing my facial roller at home, it's always this guy. And then 2 more things. I'm just going on and on because I get so excited about all this stuff. I think this is my little outlet. being on Amazon Live, where I get to talk about all the things that nobody really wants to hear about, except for you guys. My kids, I try to tell them, I try to go over this stuff with them, and they're just like, Mom, no more products. Okay, so 2 last things I want to say, and you guys are going to laugh at me, and my kids definitely laugh at me. My daughter gets so embarrassed, but I always find that when I pull this out on an airplane, I'm the most popular girl on the airplane. And at first, I am a little embarrassed, I'll be honest. But then everybody wants to know where I got it, where they can get one, especially the flight attendants. It's hysterical. But I love this thing. And this is my little travel mirror. So it is, well, first of all, I love how thin it is. I love how lightweight it is. I love that it has this little kickstand on the back, rose gold. And it is rechargeable. I'm hoping it's charged because I've been using it, so it might not be. Oh, it is. Is it? Can you see it there? And so it's got the dimmer. It's got really good lighting, full circumference, big size mirror. And I take this out and I will put it in, well, it depends on the configuration of the airplane, but most of the time I tuck it into where they put the magazines up top. And so I can do a little touch up before I land. Or sometimes I bring my little eye patches and I'll put those guys on and do kind of a facial on the airplane. I know it's very embarrassing, but I do it and I love it. And like I said, everyone ends up saying, oh my gosh. And sometimes I'll post it on Instagram or whatever, because it'll be on the seat back in front of me and I've got my lighting on and I can do my makeup touch up right there at the seat. But then I just want to show it to you because when you're traveling, having a great makeup mirror is everything, because those hotel, I don't know what the problem is with hotel lighting, but it's always just terrible, right? Terrible. No matter where you are. But the other thing is typically when you're staying at a hotel, you're staying at least with one other person and you're sharing that bathroom. So it's so nice to be able to take a makeup mirror out of the bathroom, go sit by a nice window where you have great lighting, or turn this light on, better yet, and do your makeup outside of the bathroom. So I would never travel without some kind of a travel mirror. This is one of my favorites because it is so lightweight. And then it comes in this little pouch, which is really nice. And it's sort of a felt, and it's, gives it that protection and that cushion. And I keep that in my little carry-on tote. So this is a fun one to have. And then last minute, I threw in something that I should have used today, but I didn't. Really doesn't have anything to do with travel beauty, but it's become an absolute favorite, must-have, problem-solving beauty product for me. I mentioned earlier on, I am Armenian, and so my real hair color is pretty dark. It didn't used to be. When I was younger, it was blonder, and so as it got dark, it just didn't feel like dark was me, because I was used to being blonder when I was younger. So I started highlighting, and as we all know, if you are someone who highlights your hair, when we get that regrowth, it's not so fun. And everything's getting more and more expensive. And so extending that time between getting your roots done can be golden. If you can extend it a month or a week or whatever, why wouldn't you? And then those times when you're getting ready to go to an event and you realize that the growth is coming in and it's just so dark with the blonde. So I have been looking, I feel like anytime I go to CVS or Rite Aid or anywhere, or Ulta or Sephora, and I'm trying to find some kind of a root cover-up, I can find it for people with dark hair that need to cover the gray, but I can't find a good one for people with light hair that want to cover their dark. And so I have tried a couple items. I'm not going to mention the brands because I was not happy at all with them. In fact, I took them back because it was that bad. And then I saw a YouTube video with the one that I'm about to show you, and I was blown away. And I thought it had to be camera tricks. There's no way it could work that well. So I ran out and I bought a can, and oh my God, I can't live without it. And just how much I can't live without it. If you hear me shake it, you'll know that there's nothing in here, because as soon as I get it, I use it. So like this Dominican Republic trip that came up very last minute, and I was going with a group of people and I wanted to look good. And so I mean, in a moment's notice, I've got this really dark root. I just spray it and I let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I kind of rub it in. And so what I love about this is it's a dry shampoo, which, extends the time between shampoos, but it also gives you a little bit of volume, which God knows I need. And then it gives you that coverage, and it actually looks like when you use it, if I were to spray, I wish I had some in here. I really don't. It's totally empty. But if I were to spray it on a white piece of paper, it would look, almost as yellow as this. So I was a little nervous to put this yellow on my hair. But when you put it with if you have, brown roots, and you put it on there and then you let it sit for just a few minutes and then, kind of rub it through, it blends beautifully with highlights and it makes you look like you just had your hair highlighted. And as you guys know, I do a lot of camera work, right? And so all of a sudden I'll be called to do something on camera and my hair roots are coming in, which they are now. And so this has just been a savior for that. And it really, my hairdresser's not thrilled, but it does extend, gives me about an extra month before I go and have to have it done again. So it's pretty great. I had to throw it in because this was one of those that's been around for years and I did not know. And so I want to make sure you guys know about it in case you need it, because it's pretty great. And it is. So this is Batiste. It's Instant Hair Refresh, which is, even if you're just using it for that and you don't need the color aspect of it, I do love how it refreshes my hair and it makes it look like I had just shampooed and blow dried my hair. So that's kind of nice too. And this is the Brilliant Blonde. So let me know if you have any questions about that. Sarah says, oh, wow, Armenian. I couldn't understand at the beginning of the live. Yes, I am Armenian. I'm 50%. My dad is 100%. And I just learned that my dad dated, little inside information for you. I don't know why. He just told me this. He dated the Kardashians' aunt, Robert Kardashian's sister. I thought that was pretty interesting. I could have been a Kardashian. Let's see. Okay, what else? Are you mixed with another ethnic group? Just curious. Love anything international. I am half Irish and half Armenian. So not crazy ethnic on that side, but I guess it's ethnic, yeah. So my mom is 100% Irish and my dad's 100% Armenian. And with that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to show you that I might have missed. I want to thank everybody for being here. And if you're new here, I would love you to follow my storefront so that you always know when I go live next. And as I mentioned, I've got some big shows coming up. I have a whole series going on Pinterest TV. So if you're not already familiar with Pinterest TV, if you download the app on your phone, up in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see a little tiny TV. And if you click that, it takes you to Pinterest TV. And it's amazing. It's so cool. I love it. I'm having so much fun over there. And so it kind of ties in for me with Amazon because usually when I'm doing Pinterest TV, I'm talking about products that I use from Amazon. So they kind of go hand in hand, but I love that it gives me just another chance to get to know all of you and to talk about the things that I love. And so I'm loving over there that I'm doing certain series. Like I said, like this series is called Travel Style, which travel is a big one for me. And you guys know I have my product line over at HSN. And if any of you, oh my gosh, this is big news today. If any of you have the beauty case, my beauty case, which you're seeing one of them right here and another one down here. And there's different styles, but that's the, what is that? That's the Saint-Tropez collection. But I've gotten so many requests. The newest edition of my beauty case that launched came with a little heart-shaped gold lock right here. And so it made the beauty case lockable. And not only is it lockable, it just looks so cute too. But a lot of people put some really valuable things in their beauty case. And, skincare and makeup can be very expensive by itself, but other people are putting jewelry in it and some people medications and things like that. So this latest version of my beauty case, I included a heart-shaped lock so that it would become lockable. And I had already sold thousands upon thousands of these cases of people that didn't have the heart-shaped lock. So I ordered some and they came today, and I'm going to ask you guys a question. I would love your opinion because there are two different versions that came. I'm hoping I have one here. I think I do. Oh, I do. Yay. Two different versions that came, and I would love to know which one you guys like better, because I'm kind of doing a test market with these because I have new beauty cases coming out and I'm deciding which one to include. So the two locks that came, and so you can now, if you have a beauty case that you don't have a lock and you want a lock, I'm going to be putting these up on my website so you can buy that separately and add it to your existing beauty case. And so many people are asking for that. So the first one is the one that I showed you. It's right here, just the simple gold lock. And then the second one has a little bit of bling to it. So it's got the pave, little tiny pave diamonds. And so depending on your taste, I'm just trying to get a feel for what everybody's taste is. And then on the back is my little logo there. But I wanted it to be, little subtle pave diamonds. So it wasn't so in your face, but I would just be curious what you guys think. And I'll show you how it works on the beauty case right here. So the zipper pulls that I put on here are designed to be locked. So it just fits right in. That one is locked. Just locked. Okay. So it just fits and locks the two zippers together so no one can get inside like that. Isn't that cute? I love it. And so this is what the other one would look like if I had put that one on here instead. So just a little more of a, a little flare, a little bling. Okay, Sarah says both are beautiful. Jennifer says the bling. Sarah says pave. Busy likes the bling. You guys, thank you so much for your feedback. This actually is super helpful. I have a call later with HSN and we're going to be talking about it. So it always helps me to know what everybody likes. So thank you. Anyway, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here. As you guys know, many of you know, I haven't been here in a while. So this is so fun coming back. And I was going to make this like a really short live, but you know me, I can't do that. I just like to talk, especially when I love the products that I'm talking about. And especially when all you guys are on and you're chiming in, it makes it so much fun. So again, if you haven't already followed my storefront, please do. And I will be back. I was supposed to do another live, but because I had so many tech issues, I'm not going to do that one today. I'm going to do it probably tomorrow, though. So I hope you guys, you can check inside my storefront also. But if you're a follower, it'll alert you that I'm going to go live. So I hope you come back for that one because that is the one that is all about traveling in organized style. Although I have another one that I'm dying to do that I did on Pinterest TV that was all about celebrity beauty secrets. So for those still on, can you guys tell me which one you would rather see? Would you rather see celebrity beauty secrets? So these are products that I did a whole bunch of research and found out what those holy grail skincare products are for the A-list celebrities. So I have all of those sitting over here. So that's one episode. And then the other one is traveling in organized style. So that is really those items that make you look very chic and feel very chic when you're traveling, but also keep you meticulously organized so that you can let go of the stress and have a little more fun on your vacation. And they're all really great gifts too. So let's see. We've got one for celebrity beauty secrets. We've another for travel and style. Another celebrity beauty secrets. Okay. Anybody else? Because now I feel like we're tied. Are we tied? No, we're not tied. We've got. Okay. Right now, celebrity beauty secrets is winning. Anybody else? Anybody else? I will do them both, but I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do next. So. Anyway, with that, I want to say thank you again and wish you guys all a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here, and I will see you back very soon. Bye-bye.